Hello, good morning, and welcome to Christmas Eve. This, right here, right now, is undeniably my favourite time of the entire winter season. It's early in the morning, it's just about 7:30, and although the family are starting to arrive for Christmas, no one is awake yet. The day before the big day for me is magical. In fact, the world isn't awake yet, and so for a couple of hours, the world feels like it's mine. I get a little bit of time to myself, and indeed, we get to share this time together, starting to unwind, to relax, and to reflect. I think this year on what has been actually quite a good year, strangely enough. Of course, there are always going to be things outside my direct control that are going to stress me out. Political stuff, environmental stuff, this sort of thing. But in terms of the stuff that's within my control, within my purview, it's been an okay year for both me and my lovely wife, and that's good. That's worth reflecting upon. Now, of course, we've had a great year in terms of friends and family, and this summer we had some great barbecues and we visited people and this kind of thing. But a real standout at the beginning of the year for me, or towards the beginning of the year, was when we got our camper van. That's been magnificent. It's really helped us to do what we've always wanted to do, to go and just explore. We don't have to make long plans. We don't have to think about where the dog's going to stay. We just get to get in the camper van and go somewhere. And that's been wonderful. In fact, my lovely wife has really enjoyed that immensely. It's been really lovely to see her just grinning with glee at the prospect of hopping in the van and off we go. In April, of course, I think in April, but relatively early in the year, I got a tattoo. I mean, me getting a tattoo, I'm terrified of needles, but I managed to turn a phobia into something not enjoyable, but positive at least. That's unheard of. This time last year, I would not have imagined I'd have a tattoo on Christmas Eve. I've got a new phone. I finally broke free of the shackles of Apple, and I plan to keep this phone for a few years. Breaking that annual cycle of getting a new phone. Not that I had a new iPhone for a good few years, but you know what I mean. This is good as well, and in that sense, it's been a good year, I think, more broadly for people like us, in terms of things like computer game releases. Resident Evil 2, the remake, a game that for so long was a myth, came out at the beginning of the year. For me, another highlight has to be, although it was slightly tarnished by a need for updates, things like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Link's Awakening on Nintendo Switch, and of course Luigi's Mansion 3, which I'm yet to share on this channel, but I love. In fact, I'll be playing it. Actually, shall we do that? Let's try and play that for New Year's Eve. I think a couple of years ago we played Luigi's Mansion for New Year's Eve. Spent the New Year's Eve at Luigi's Mansion. Let's do that for Luigi's Mansion 3 this year. That's a good idea. This year has seen movies released like Alita Battle Angel, John Wick Chapter 3, was it Parabellum? That was magnificent. And on top of that, actually, also I've made some time to treat myself throughout the year to things that really make a difference to my geeky quality of life, as it were. I shelled out a chunk on a magnificent new computer for editing, but also for gaming as well. I came across this the other day, in fact, the complete animated series of Batman. Now, I've always wanted this. This is, for me, in many ways, one of the best depictions of Batman. And I had started to collect them on DVD. I had volumes 1 and 2, and I was waiting for 3 and 4 to be available on Amazon. but they're quite expensive. In fact, they're about £30 to £50 each, and this for £49.99, Blu-ray quality, complete. It even has the Mask of Phantasm on there, and extras like the exploring the making of Harley Quinn, presented in a book format. So each DVD, or each disc rather, comes with its own page. It's wonderful, and I think that's been a marker of this year for me, has been an awareness that it's not only okay, but it's actually a good idea to save and spend once on something high quality and good than it is to sort of limp along and not actually have something that's satisfactory, that's actually going to work how you need it to work, how you want it to work. Or for example, in this case, how I've always dreamed of it working, as it were, or looking on the screen. It has been a very good year. And of course, these are just some highlights. And it's not really about stuff, is it? It's not about getting things. It's about, I think, well, certainly for me, an ever-growing comfort with myself, with what I enjoy, with my past, and with an idea of what the future can be, if that makes sense. I think we're both me and my wife, we're starting to give ourselves permission to be the people we've wanted to be for a long time, and that may well next year include possibly having a child. Who knows? You know, whenever I talk about that, it always feels like I'm jinxing myself. But actually, that's the reason why I've chosen this mug this morning. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. And I suppose that would be my advice to you. Give it a go. And that doesn't mean you have to have the money to shell out on a Batman Blu-ray collection or on a Alita Battle Angel Blu-ray when it comes out or whatever. But that you just take a moment to think about what you, not what you want necessarily, but what's good for you, and crucially what's bad for you, and that you make decisions accordingly with your own well-being, happiness, contentment in mind. Not that I mean to sound selfish. That's not selfish, I don't think. Because of course, if you're content, you're able to be there for other people as well, if that makes sense. This year, we've gone a little bit over the top with Christmas lights, to be honest. We overestimated how long 10 metres was. And so we have lights that go through the living room windows and then around part of the dining room as well, dining area. But it's been that kind of a year. We've both wanted something to light up the darkness of winter this year. So lights are everywhere. In fact, we also discovered this. In fact, my wife discovered this in a charity shop. And it's a penguin ball, but the best part is his nose lights up. So he goes on the tree, and we've decided that the ball, or the nose of the ball, is a signal that Christmas is imminent, you know? So if we're in the house and merriment is occurring, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's tacky, and she in particular loved it. I quite like it as well. In fact, I spotted a reindeer equivalent in a shop the other day with a red nose, and I might have to get it. Yeah, it was only $1.99. Go on, yeah. Then we'll have a penguin and a reindeer flashing away all Christmas Day. Something else lovely this year was when I rediscovered my dad's wallet. That really meant a lot to me, and strangely enough, it led to a bit of a revolution in my own wallet life, because I rediscovered my old railway pass, my student railway pass. And I don't really like carrying wallets. They feel chunky in your pocket, and you sit down, it's awkward, and so on and so forth. But also, if you just have your card in your pocket, your debit card, then it gets, wear and tear. The signature rubs off and all this sort of thing. And so this has actually been a revelation. Going back to my student rail card wallet holder has meant that I could carry, the cards that are important to me, my driver's license, all that sort of stuff. But also, I've invested in something called a wallet ninja. It's I think, is it 18 tools in one of these sort of steel cards that well, for my tastes is magnificent, because it's actually got a ninja on the card where it says wallet ninja. But it does well, not everything, but it does a lot of stuff that previously I would have had to carry my Leatherman tool with me, and then risk the police one day deeming it an offensive weapon like on the streets of Newcastle. But yeah, wallet ninja. It's been something good, something that again I just didn't see coming last year. Whereas just rediscovering this thing, this relatively durable little rail card holder, has changed my wallet life in 2019. Well, 2019. Detective Pikachu. That's something else we saw this year. That we actually, I was very surprised by that. I was very pleasantly surprised by that in the cinema. And well, I'm yet to go and see The Rise of Skywalker. I've heard mixed things, to say the least. Do I want to see that before Christmas? Do I want to sully Christmas with that? I don't think I'll be doing that today. In fact, today, do you know what I'm going to be doing today? I am going to take some time and finally actually make the Shrimp Shack, the hidden side Lego set that accompanies the shrimp boat, the sort of Cthulhu Lego that I talked about earlier this year. I'm actually going to finally make this thing, because I haven't had time. I've been so busy with work, etc. But now I can sit down and make it, probably on the coffee table with a nice Christmas movie on in the background. And then, of course, this evening, the thing that always has to happen, we're going to put on the Muppets Christmas Carol. And then Christmas can happen. Anyway, I can hear stirrings upstairs. I think I've been a bit too noisy. I think my father-in-law may be awake. So with that in mind, I'll leave this here, I think. But as ever, this is my favourite time of Christmas, or the Christmas season, definitely. Merry Christmas, whatever you get up to. Have a great time. Don't eat too much, but obviously indulge. And I shall see you soon, quite possibly in Luigi's Mansion 3. As ever, until next time, do take care. Bye-bye, and Merry Christmas.